on the air, and it's once again race day today back in the Bay State. Welcome to Cambridge, Massachusetts for race number 14 of the 2024 NR2003 Mission Barbecue Cup Series season, the Craftsman 500. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, lads of all ages, as we welcome you to the Boston International Speedway with live coverage on the North American Sim Racing Network. And from up in the NESRN booth, my name is Trey Wright. 100 laps are on the schedule for today's 500-mile race, the penultimate race in the Dunkin Week of Speed. 3 races down, 2 to go, including today, after a phenomenal race over at the Papyrus Motorsports Park that saw Nathan Orman go to Gatorade Victory Lane in the RaceDiecast.com 300K. That's Orman's first career win of his MBCS career and second win of 2024 at the Papyrus Motorsports Park. He won the Dunkin New England Grand Prix there back in March in the FMGTC. That was then and this is now. But the top storyline going into this weekend are the final 4 drivers that are making up the Dunkin Week of Speed in-season tournament. Bradley Ream, Logan Williams, Will Parrish, and Roberto Crown Jr., your final 4 drivers battling for the 35-point bonus and the 75 points total, as well as bragging rights for being the first ever winners of the in-season tournament of the Dunkin Week of Speed. Taking a look at your bracket right now, starting off with Bradley Ream versus Logan Williams. Ream in the number 36 5-Guy Chevrolet Monte Carlo will take on the number 17 of Logan Williams in the Hershey's Dodge Charger. And Williams definitely has the upper hand here in 2 different categories, starting position and starting lane. Williams starts 3rd in the 17 on the grid here today. Ream starts midway through the field in 16th on the outside lane in the 36, while Williams starts on the inside lane there. And he's going to be utilizing that to his advantage all day long. Then on the other side of the bracket, it's Will Parrish versus Roberto Crown Jr. Parrish just barely getting in with your pole sitter today of Ethan Lewis having a tire failure late in the RaceDiecast.com 300K. Parrish will take on your Hillside Day winner of Crown Jr. And both those guys a little bit even in terms of the 2 categories. Will Parrish in the number 40 RB's Chevy Monte Carlo is starting 23rd on the grid, while Roberto Crown Jr. in the number 21 Beyblade Dodge Charger will start 12th. He's on the outside lane, while Parrish is on the inside lane. And it's Chevrolets versus Dodges in this tournament here. So either way, you're going to have, either a Chevy or a Dodge come into this final, bracket here for the Dunkin Week of Speed. Which, if you told me this, that there wouldn't be a Ford or even a Toyota, if you told me that there wouldn't be a Toyota in this Final 4, I would tell you that you're nuts. But even if you told me that there was a Dodge, 2 Dodges, in fact, in the Final 4, I would tell you that you're crazy. But that's about how crazy the Dunkin Week of Speed has been all week long. But we'll go down to your point standings before we get things kicked off here today, where Juan Rodriguez finds himself in the points lead in the number 48 Ford. John Andrews is second in the standings, 75 points behind. Both those drivers having good runs at Papyrus on Monday. Matthew Huber, a little bit of a lackluster run in the 75 on Monday. He falls down to 3rd. Braden Perez with a 3rd place finish in the RaceDiecast.com 300K is 4th, and Igor Barreto remains 5th in the point standings, 140 points behind Juan Rodriguez. Roberto Crown Jr. and Riley Sampson slingshotting 4 positions each. Crown Jr. now being in 6th, Sampson in 7th. That is really good for Riley Sampson, because like we're talking about in the pre-race show at Papyrus, Sampson was one of those bubble drivers that was in with a wild card, but now he is not comfortably in 7th to the point where he can just twiddle his thumbs for the next 12 races, but he's got a little less breathing room, or a little more breathing room and a little more of a cushion, a little less pressure out back, rather, we should say, to where he is fighting to be in that chase spot. Alexandre Vitale doesn't have too much of a cushion there. An engine failure all day long at Papyrus puts him deep in the field in that race, and he subsequently has fallen down to 8th in the point standings. Toby Murphy remains in 9th, and Dylan Matthews, another subpar run for her. She falls down 3 positions to 10th in the point standings. Now, going down to your wildcard drivers, it is a dead heat between Corey Case, Will Parrish, and Matt Wolf. Corey Case, with his good run playing the strategy game late in the race of Papyrus, he finds himself as the first wildcard driver in 12th. And Will Parrish and Matt Wolf separated by only 1 point, and which would equate to less than a fifth of a position, with every position being worth 5 points here in the MBCS points bracket. So every position is going to matter for those drivers. But again, we got bubble drivers with wins. Logan Alexander, he had a good run at Papyrus. Looking down the grid, Alex Lozano, the Richmond winner, he is hovering along the 30 point in the standings. But also Danny Fallington, he's also got the win. So we got 4 drivers on that immediate bubble, all separated by about 8 points there between Fallington and Case. So it's this wild card bubble is going to be nuts here going into today's race. But it's once again that time of the broadcast again, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go down trackside to get the most famous words in motorsports to kick off the Craftsman 500.
Drivers, start your engines!
The engines roar to life on the pit lane here at Boston. We're just moments away from dropping the green flag for today's race. The Tulsa, Oklahoma native of Ethan Lewis starts on the front row, along with Reggie Fogelman in the 12. 13 of Igor Barreto starts alongside the 17 of Logan Williams. The 2 TPR cars of Alex Lozano and Thomas Troxel make up row number 3 here this afternoon. It's 100 laps around the mile-long Boston International Speedway. The pit window is about 58 to 62 laps. And your 3 previous winners at Boston are Madison Tull, Tyler Reynolds, and Braden Perez. Reynolds starts 27th, Perez right in front of him in 26th. So as a pace car makes the hard left-hand turn down the pit lane, Lewis and Fogelman will lead the field to the race's restart zone. Green flag is in the air. We're live for race number 14 from Boston, baby. Out of the final corner for the first time today, Ethan Lewis, a good jump on the inside lane. Logan Williams right behind him. Barreto will slide down in 3rd. 3 cars single file for the time being. Alex Lozano will creep his way up to 4th. Reggie Fogelman did not get a good start, and he is going to overcook it a little bit to the corner. So is Thomas Troxel. We're able to stay green here. 2% of the way through the Craftsman 500, and Logan Williams is a cookin'. Like we said, Williams got the jump over Bradley Ream as Ream is falling back in the 36 just a little bit. He's been able to get down to the inside lane, so that's a little bit better there for him, but he's still got a long way to go. He's got a lot of track position to kick up here. And he is all the way back in 18th while his opponent is fighting for the race lead right now. 2-car breakaway for the top spot. Wide to the corner is Fogelman once again. Again, this is a very tough and technical racetrack here. It might be only a mile. It might look like a little bit of a baby Iowa, or like a little bit of an Iowa knockoff with a little bit further banking. But the tire wear, the loads these tires bring, it's a lot here. And Reggie Fogelman, the rookie, now he's washing up the racetrack a little bit there. So is Danny Fallington. 3 wide as Will Parrish will split the gap there. Roberto Crown Jr. sliding back as the fight for the race lead heats up. Logan Williams will go down to the inside. Like we always say, it's basically our motto at this point, as Ethan Lewis really overcooks the apex. But Logan Williams will take the race lead, and like we always say, it's our unofficial motto here. It's not a race on the NASRN without us missing a pass for the race lead, but Logan Williams, one of the final 4 drivers, looking to to face off against either Will Parrish or Roberto Crown Jr. in the final race of the Dunkin Week of Speed. Looking early here to set the tone for this 17 team. And Williams is on pole for the FMGTC race tomorrow afternoon at Watkins Glen. A little bit south of here, about a 2-hour drive south of Cambridge. So Williams looking to set the tone right. He didn't have too much success in the FMGTC. Another lackluster race at Canadian Tire back on Sunday. Here he is right now in the race lead in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series portion. And this one of our final 3 races of the week. We'll have the Flowmaster Grand Touring Championship race tomorrow afternoon, live from Watkins Glen at noon Eastern. And then 24 hours after that, these guys will round out this insane week of speed at the Coca-Cola Super Speedway back up in Concord. But that is then, and this is now. And right now, we're getting some good single file racing going on here. 10% of the way through the Craftsman 500 early on. We're starting to see the tire wear creep up a little bit here. Fastest lap is Logan Williams, but he is about a half a second off. So we're already 10 laps into the race, starting to see the fall off. And Keegan Thompson is down the pit road. No brakes on that 14 machine, and he had to coast all the way down. And that happened right in front of Zachary Fitzwater. That's going to bunch up the back end of this field, and it's been a really bad start to the season for Keegan Thompson, not even making the Dunkin Week of Speed bracket. And the woes continue for the Riley, Alberta native. He is still on the pit lane with a mechanical failure. Tough break for this 14 team. You know, Riley Sampson has had success, and Cole Sampson, you know, he didn't make the bracket, but he's been fighting for a couple of decent wins here. He's had a couple of decent runs. You know, he's been able to rise up a little bit in the point standings in the 5. And here he is. He's putting together a good run so far here today. And Cole Sampson right now, he's 37th in the points, but shaping up to have a decent run here today is Igor Barreto going the wrong way, nearly getting clocked there out of the corner by Fogelman. Another guy that's been having putting together a stint of good runs has been this 63 team of Corey Case. You know, they had the good run of Rockingham, looked like they might win, but Riley Sampson had the final word in that matter. Then it just looked like the team was just, you know, they're still going through some growing pains again. It's a brand new race team. But, hey, they were able to get the job done. They were able to get the win at Nashville. And right now, looking to put together a pair of back-to-back top 10 finishes is this 63 crew. Right now running in the 7th position, looking to pick up 6th. He's going to try and shoot the gap there between the 12 and 13. I wouldn't advise doing that this early into the race. But nonetheless, Fogelman continues to move backwards in the 12. This is all happening behind Logan Williams. He took the race lead there on lap number 8, and he's just been blacking out the rear view mirror ever since. He's got that clean air. He's 3/4 of a second in front of Ethan Lewis. Lewis has never won in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series. His 3rd season of competition, 2nd season in this 7 car for Macklin Hamill Enterprises. Identically built race car to the team and driver and automobile that won the championship last season with Derek Hamill. Hamill did not have a good starting position, and he is deep in the field there in the 47, currently 27th. Roberto Crown Jr., not a good start for him on the outside lane. He got trapped there early on, but a car that might hit the outside wall there off of 4, he'll keep it off, was Will Parrish in the 40. So Parrish right now would be facing against Logan Williams. He's able to keep his starting spot there. Bradley Ream Still deep in the field there. He's not deep in the field. He's actually, Bradley Ream's actually in 10th, so he's a coming there, but he's 2 seconds away from Logan Williams, who was just absolutely running away with it. And Keegan Thompson is finally back on the racetrack. They were able to repair the damage. He is 8 laps down firmly in the basement in that 14 car. Some 3 wide battling here. That is for 40th, Angel Gutierrez. With Ryan Durrani on the outside. They're sandwiching Justin Zidell in the middle. And Riley Sampson right now marred deep in the field. Still got a lot of time to go in this race here for these guys. You know what? Bradley Ream is not going down without a fight. Started 16th, has moved his way up to 10th, and hey, you know, he's got a lot of cars in front of him. Doesn't have the fastest lap, but he's the 2nd fastest car on the racetrack right now. Ooh, boy, a little tight to the corner. That 12 car definitely plowing a little bit, and speaking of plowing, Corey Case goes up the hill. Williams continues to pad his lead. That's another 1/10 of a second in front. The clean air is just doing wonders for this 17 car. Lewis continuing to fall back a little bit in the 7, but you know, Boston, like we were talking about, this is a tough track to nail the setup on, but the 17 crew looks like they've nailed it so far, and they continue to pull away from Ethan Lewis and company. That is another 10th he is putting on this 7 team. Now, Logan Williams might be the class of the field right now, but I think Ethan Lewis might be saving a little bit of his stuff here, but Alex Lozano will now go to the inside, and he is easily going to get around this 7 car. You know, they were losing a 1/10 of a second to Ethan Lewis, or excuse me, Logan Williams. One's got a 7, the other 17. And Ethan Lewis is now going to hemorrhage some spots, so not sure if there's some sort of engine issue. But that time by, you know, Lozano lost another 1/10 of a second. The gap now, an otherworldly 2nd and a 3rd. We'll see if Lozano closes in at all here. And Lewis will fall back to 5th at the stripe. The gap closing in by 200th there, so not much really to write home about. As Thompson has rejoined the field. Again, your brakes going out at a track like Boston is never really a good sign. All 42 cars are still on the racetrack right now for the time being. Still have not had a yellow flag in the opening stint here at Boston. And right now, just running away. That is the gap right now between Williams and Lozano. Yeah, a 2nd and 3/10 doesn't really sound like a lot. We'll see if he opens it back up a little bit. Again, only by 100th. But that, for a track like this, it looks like the caution flag is out, and it is, and Eric Monaco with a team killer there. Nathan Ormond back to his old bad luck apparently in the 3, and Zachary Fitzwater going around off of turn number 4, and that big lead for the 17 car diminished in a matter of seconds as we're under caution on lap number 30 of the afternoon, and both Chevy Power cars getting caught up here. Zachary Fitzwater also getting caught up in what appears to be a 3-car accident. But now these guys will come down the pit lane, and the fall off, the last lap, it didn't look like there was, you know, they were slowing down there for the caution flag, so not entirely sure what the fall off actually is, but Logan Williams is your race leader as these guys will come down the pit lane. See what these guys do here on the pit lane, following along with Williams in that number 1 pit stall. And I imagine it's going to be 4 fresh Hoosier tires, filling that gas tank full of octane racing fuel. Thompson will stay out for the wave around. I think Alex Lozano might be one of the first ones off the pit lane. The jack drops first for Lozano. These guys pulling that gas tank full of race fuel, but how about that? What a stop there for the 5 of Cole Sampson. Out of the pit lane, 14:42. 14:31 from Alex Lozano. That looks to be the pit time to beat so far. I don't know if Cole Sampson just took 2 tires on that. You know, Sampson pit stop was 14:36. But Cole Sampson going to be out front here, leapfrogging 2 positions on the track. But Eric Monaco, Nathan Orman, and Zachary Fitzwater going around here out of turn number 4. Let's see what happened to bring out the first caution of the afternoon here in the Craftsman 500 from Boston. So Monday's winner at Papyrus is unfortunately back to his bad luck at the back of the field. Charlie Davenport is going to run right into the quarter panel of Eric Monaco's teammate of Nathan Orman. Zachary Fitzwater, just wrong place at the wrong time, unfortunately for him. Keegan Thompson, who's 8 laps down, gets a little insult to injury there, but unfortunately nowhere to go for Eric Monaco. Gets shoved right into the outside wall. And this happening right underneath the start-finish line. The caution flag is immediately waved. And, you know, Zachary Fitzwater, just been a really, really bad start to the season for him. Eric Monaco hasn't had a whole lot of luck in the MBCS side of things. And Nathan Ormond, he got the win earlier this week, but he's back to his old bad luck. But for Fitzwater, it's not been a good week for him. 2 wrecked race cars and a wrecked Grand Touring car at Mosport are on a stat line for the week so far for the Australian. Real-time replay with the 3 of Nathan Orman. It's not going to be back-to-back wins for him. And the Glendora New York native, will get sent up into the Australian, and the Unionville, New York native of Eric Monaco to bring out our first caution of the afternoon. Logan Williams, who had a 1.5-second lead over Alex Lozano, sees it diminished with the yellow flag coming out. And he lost the lead on the pit lane as Cole Sampson, good and fast pit stop out of this 5 crew. We'll put that 5 car out front here. So we clean up caution number 1 of the day at the Boston International Speedway. And we're back here at Boston, wrapping up the first caution of the afternoon in the Craftsman 500. Nobody was knocked out. Keegan Thompson looking to get one of his 8 laps back. So 41 cars are on the lead lap. Again, everybody's still on the racetrack. And Cole Sampson, a 14.42-second pit stop, 0.08 of a second faster than Logan Williams. That puts that 5 car out front here. Getting this race restarted on lap number 35. Back to through the gears they go. Sampson, Williams, Lewis, Lozano, and Ream, your top 5. Green flag back out in the air, and Ethan Lewis ducking down to the inside. Keegan Thompson trying to get around his teammate. And Ethan Lewis is going to push the 14 car out in front. Way wide the corner goes Cole Sampson. He's able to collect it. And the pole sitter looking to get back in this race lead here. Dead heat at the stripe. Winning that by 0.04 was the 5. He's going to overshoot the corner once again. This time Lewis will make it stick. And it might be the 2-for-1 special here for this 17 car, is right on his rear bumper. Here comes Bradley Ream. He started 16th, had a big disadvantage, but he has come here to play, and he is only 2 spots behind this 17 car. But back out front as Keegan Thompson continues to be in front of these lead lap guys. Ethan Lewis will now overshoot the corner just a little bit there. That'll open the door for Cole Sampson. Again, these guys are on fresher tires. New sticker tires at that, as trying to make the outside move work as Lewis not able to do it. Trying to make it 3 wide for the race lead. We'll be back down to 2 wide if Sampson is able to get to the hole in time. No dice. Logan Williams will continue to lead. Fastest lap now belonging to Matt Wolf. So that'll swing the wild card spot back in his advantage over Will Parrish. Parrish right now also in front of Roberto Crown Jr. Crown Jr. really deep in the field. And Parrish right now, he is in front of Matt Wolf, so the wild card spot would belong to him. Back at the front of the field, Keegan Thompson, again, he's been keeping pace with these lead lap cars. You know, he hasn't lost any speed. In fact, he gained drag by repairing his brakes. So he's not being a detriment to these guys. As for the lead, Cole Sampson down below, and Bradley Ream is now up to 3rd in the 36 car. They're not only fighting for this penultimate battle, they're fighting for the race lead here soon. Dano Georgi, Cameron Garlington, Igor Barreto now making their way up in here as Alex Lozano. Ethan Lewis will nearly ride the lightning off 4. 3 wide off the corner. Brennan Wilmington will send it down low. Ethan Lewis continues to lose spots. Really, really tight off the corner. Lewis on the bad end of a 3 wide situation. He's going to go really wide. He's able to keep it clean for the time being, as here we go. Battle for the Dunkin Week of Speed bracket. Bradley Ream down to the inside of Ethan Lewis. And he is there. So Bradley Ream now with the position. Williams trying to fight hard on the outside lane, but he does not have the clean air. Williams is trying to find any sort of grip he can. He's going to have a little bit of run through the corner. He might have an edge over Ream down the back straightaway. No, he's not. And firmly in second is Bradley Ream. Ream ahead of Williams. Williams is back down to that inside lane, and here we go. Crossover move coming from the Saukville, Wisconsin native. Door to door off 2 they go. It's all happening behind. Cole Sampson, Dano Georgi, and Ream both overcook it. They're able to keep it off the wall for now. 45% of the way through this race, as Cole Sampson has finally gotten around his team owner. Now getting around Keegan Thompson if he can will be Bradley Ream. Logan Williams in hot pursuit. The battle back in here. Will Parrish making a charge to the front, and Roberto Crown Jr.'s Cinderella run might be coming to an end here soon. We're halfway through the race, and that 21 car going backwards. Parrish is now inside the top 10. These two on the other side of the bracket fighting for position. And Cole Sampson knows that he's just trying to get out in front of these guys before they do something stupid. Stupid is as stupid does, as here comes Williams to the inside. Ream goes a little bit wide, trying to get the run off the corner. Side by side at the stripe, dead heat. By about maybe a couple thousandths of a second there. I gotta see that. By 3 1/1000ths of a second. But Logan Williams back out in front of Bradley Ream. Now he'll set his sights on that 5 car of Cole Sampson. Tell you, it's been a long time coming for Cole Sampson. It has been well over, I'd say probably about 70 races since that 5 car has seen Gatorade Victory Lane. Gotta go all the way back to Trenton in 2020 for Cole Sampson's last win in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series. Did not get a win in the Winston All-American Series this year while his brother was the champion. It always seemed like Cole was the one living in Riley's shadow, as here comes Will Parrish up in the outside wall just a little bit. He's able to regain his composure. Cole Sampson's been in a couple of good runs in that 5-car. AutoZone, they were happy enough with his performance in the DWoS earlier this season that he's got partial sponsorship from the automotive company, and right now he's putting them and DeWalt to good use there by Logan Williams right behind them, and we're now starting to see the fall off come into play. These guys came down the pit lane 20 laps ago, a little bit more than 20 laps ago. We're already starting to see about a second fall off for these guys, and that's definitely going to mean something for these guys in the back, slip sliding all the way out of turn 4. Right now, top 4 cars, all within a blanket. They're all in line, and they've been ready for the start. Williams overshoot the gap just a little bit. Ream will overshoot the exit of 4, so both those drivers with a couple small mistakes there going through the corner. But we're halfway home through the Craftsman 500. Let's get you full refield rundown here today. So it starts off with Cole Sampson in the 5. He is leading here. Logan Williams right now leading Bradley Ream. Those two drivers fighting for the Dunkin Week of Speed regular season matchup. Dano Georgia, his best run of the season so far, in 4th. Rounding out the top 5 is your Chicagoland winner of Igor Barreto. 6th through 10th are Reggie Fogelman, Cameron Garlington, Thomas Troxel, Will Parrish, and Alex Lozano. Rounding out your top 10, a little close for comfort there. Will Parrish nearly hooking the 14 car. Keegan Thompson is 8 laps down, and he is holding up this 40 car. This might get a little testy here, especially with these guys on worn tires. Parrish making it 3 wide. That'll send Thompson all the way up the racetrack. That should be good here. Check back at the front. Here comes Williams for the race lead. Door to door off the corner. 11th through 20th. There on the top left-hand side of your screen. Sampson really wide, and Logan Williams back out front in the 17 car. Rounding out the top half of the field is Alexandre Vitale, then 22nd through 30th between Ethan Lewis and Riley Sampson, as Cole Sampson will fall back to 2nd. Ream is on the outside lane on old tires. He might lose 3 positions here. 31st through 40th on the top right-hand side, top left of your screen. I can't do my left or right. And then finally, Eric Monaco is on the chopping block there with engine damage and aerodynamic damage in the 4. About to be lapped here. We'll do your full field rundown visually here. So go through the rest of the field. Everybody running 3 wide as Roberto Crown Jr. finally on the inside lane there. Again, everybody's turning around there in turn number 2. The caution flag is out. Oh, and Zachary Fitzwater pile drives a 92 of Braden Perez, and both those cars will be knocked out. Logan Alexander caught up in it as well, and the yellow flag is out for the 2nd time today. And once again, Logan Williams will see a lead dissipate. So it doesn't look like we're going to probably get any green flag runs here today. They can make it to the end here. But here we go. This is likely going to be the money stop today. Zachary Fitzwater will officially end his day in the 99. Braden Perez, not a good run for him. He was in the back of the field, and he will finish Probably either last or second to last today. But here we go for the money stop. It's a 17 of Logan Williams that will be following. We'll see what he does on the pit lane. 14:31, the time to beat by Dylan Matthews' team once again. 4 tires going on that 17 car. Cole Sampson out and away. Here's the race off the pit lane. It's close. Daniel Bouchard, how about that? The 07 car gaining about 16 spots there. How about that for Bouchard? I believe he took 2 tires there. Bouchard gaining ground. Juan Rodriguez, he took 4 tires as well. Caleb Rose also took 4. Derek Hamill, I believe he also took 2 tires as well. Some bold strategies, Cotton. We'll see if it pays off for these guys. Daniel Bouchard putting himself in his best run of the season right now. Albeit he is going to have about 30 lap older tires than everybody here. But Logan Williams was able to lead the race off the pit lane. See what happened to bring out the second caution of the afternoon here. 3-car accident, starting off with a 2-car spin in turn number 2 here on lap number 62 of the Craftsman 500. Logan Alexander is just minding his own business here, and I don't know if he just rapidly has an engine or a tire issue, but Braden Perez just coming up like a tomahawk missile and absolutely chops the side of your Diamond Ridge winner. Couple of super speedway winners this season getting turned around. And Braden Perez, the defending winner of the Craftsman 500, will get turned around in the 92 car, and down they go, down the 25 degrees of banking, and it looked like Perez was going to have the best of this damage. Looks like he was just going to try and get up and go in here, but in his windshield, he's going to see Zachary Fitzwater coming in. Fitzwater trying to go down low, but absolutely cold cocks the front of that Hulu Camry and absolutely destroys both race cars. And what was looking like a simple spin, trying to recover from that for Braden Perez. He's going to go to the garage area, and a bad day gets worse for Zachary Fitzwater. Not been a good week for Fitzy. He'll try and bounce back tomorrow in the FMGTC race. But Logan Alexander, also in the FMGTC, looks like he was able to get away the most clean in that 58 car despite having a completely beat up to hell rear end of that Pepsi Ford Taurus. Following along with Braden Perez in the 92, he overdrives the corner on those worn tires. And the cars will come back down the racetrack, and Zachary Fitzwater clocking the 92 car. And those will be the first 2 retirees from the race. 3 cars involved in that accident, 2 of them knocked out. Logan Williams led them back to the stripe, and he won the race off the pit lane. We'll see what he and everybody else are able to do on the restart here as we clean up caution number 2 of the Craftsman 500. And we're back here at the Boston International Speedway, cleaning up caution number 2 of the afternoon. The 92 of Braden Perez and the 99 of Zachary Fitzwater, the only cars knocked out of that crash. 40 cars remain on the racetrack. 39 of them are on the lead lap. Keegan Thompson is still 8 laps down in the 14 car. Got a couple of cars with damage, a lot of front-end damage, even more front-end damage there for the 4 of Eric Monaco. Right now, the fastest lap belonging to Matt Wolf and the fastest pit stop on that last time. 14:28 for Mitchell Collins. He's got the fastest time of the day. Your top 5 going back through the gears are Williams, Sampson, Bouchard, Georgi, and Barretto. And I don't know why he did this, and you're going to see it right here. Daniel Bouchard took no tires on that stop. And for the race lead, what a jump there for Cole Sampson. Logan Williams goes wide through the corner, and here's the 07 Bouchard. That was a very bold strategy. I don't know why that he thought that would ever play out. Bouchard is on 30-lap older tires than everybody else. Went a splash and go only. So Bouchard very might well bring out the third caution of the day here soon with those older tires. He's going to get hooked here by Hamill off the corner. He's able to keep it straight. Yeah, I really don't know what went into that move, but hey, Bouchard, Daniel Bouchard he's not been one to go down swinging. Unfortunately, Bouchard is going to go from third to about 33rd here, or maybe in the garage area soon. He's just holding up everybody here. That is just unfortunate for Daniel Bouchard, and thankfully he was able to get at least out of harm's way relatively. You know, we still could see these guys wreck each other. But I think Bouchard is trying to get down the pit lane, I think, here. He is going to come down the pit lane. I think he's finally deciding, yeah, this is a terrible idea, and I'm going to be a nuisance. Eric Monaco's back down the pit lane as well, so we go back to the front of the field, and already 30 laps to go. Cole Sampson back out front. Logan Williams in second, but he's still ahead of Bradley Ream in that 36 car, and right now, Will Parrish ahead of Roberto Crown Jr., who got held up a little bit there. Crown Jr. still deep in the field in the 21. He is in the... well, I don't know where he is. He's right now in 25th. Battling with Justin Zeidel there. But here we go. Ream is up to third, and he's going to set his sights on the back end of this 17 car. Under 30 to go. 3 wide back in here. And Eric Monaco's just doing touch and goes at this point. We saw the same thing with Derek Hamill earlier this week. So I think he's just doing the same thing here. It's something stupid from NR that unfortunately just happens. But Cole Sampson right now, 30 laps to go. Under 30 to go, actually. Again, and you know, we saw the caution come out, you know, 30 laps into the tire run. You know, somebody sliding up into somebody. And, you know, we saw it come out around lap 30. We saw it come out around lap 60. Wouldn't be surprised if we see the yellow caution lights flicker on with about 10 laps to go. Bouchard has rejoined the field. He is currently 2 laps down. Again, I really don't know what went into that, because, again, he came into his pit stall and it was just splash and go. You know, I really don't know what went into that decision. It's a really boneheaded decision there from the crew chief and the driver and just basically everybody to just take fuel only there, especially when we know tire wear has been a factor. So Bouchard will go from running in around the 20th spot to 2 laps down. Tough break for him today, and I don't know why Eric Monaco just doesn't pull it behind the wall there in the 4. He's eventually going to be in the way of somebody as Danny Fallington. Trouble with the 16 car. He is slow. And it looks like he absolutely pounded the turn 4 wall. We saw a little bit of debris there. No caution. See Monaco, he's just going to do a touch and go here in the 4. And again, he's just out and away. It's just barely registering the pit stops there for Monaco. But Danny Fallington, not a good run for the 16 car today, and he's got heavy right side damage. Just want to shout out Cameron Garlington. How about this run here for the Waco native? Currently running in 4th. He's had a bad fast car all day long today. He's running a decent race up in here. Eric Monaco. These guys got to be careful about this 4 car coming down the pit lane. Sampson goes high through the corner. Had to let off a little bit, and that's going to give all the momentum to Williams in the 17. 21 laps to go in the Craftsman 500. The top 3 cars are all within 0.4 of a second of one another. Top 4 are within a second. Top 3 are within half a second. Bradley Ream, another run cooking. He'll go down to the inside of his opponent. Drag race through 1 and 2. Ream trying to make it stick on those old tires. Williams overshoots it through the gap once again, trying to get the run off the corner at the stripe, just barely by a fender. But he is going to overwork his tires hard on that outside lane. I'm starting to wonder, 30 laps on these tires. We thought about the caution. Could these guys potentially come down the pit lane for an extra stop here in about 10 laps or so? Williams will utilize the outside lane for a good run there, and he'll retain second. Now he's going to have a huge run going for the lead under the 5. Side by side down the back straightaway. Williams had to check up a little bit there, but simultaneously Sampson will go wide through the corner. And I tell you, these two have been trading the lead all day long. And it's either going to come down between Cole Sampson. It's going to come down between any of these top 5 guys, it says, including Brennan Wilmington. Having a decent week so far as Cole Sampson now starting to lose a lot of spots in the outside lane. Here we go for the race lead and for a spot in the finals. Ream now down to the inside. 16 laps to go here from Boston. Ream and Williams fighting for this race lead here. Williams will go wide to the corner. He'll get the run. Another fender length at the stripe. 15 laps to go here. And Eric Monaco is going to be in the way of these guys coming back up the racetrack. Ream is clear, nearly running over the 4 car. Oh boy, that was close. Bradley Ream nearly ending his own day there, as Eric Monaco damn near LePage the field. Ream is not going to be happy about that one. That was as close as it gets. But Bradley Ream looking for his first win of the season. Logan Williams looking for his first win as well. We're closing in on 30 laps through the tire run. These guys starting to get a little bit racy back in here, but we're not seeing too much slip sliding. This race is far from over. Cameron Garlington now trying to get around this 17. If you're Logan Williams, that's the last thing you want to do. You want to get back in front of this 36 car to have a chance of advancing to the finals. I don't know, Williams might have used a little bit of his stuff there in this run, trying to chase after Bradley Ream, and that 28 car is knocking on that rear bumper of that Hershey's Dodge. 11 laps to go this time by, and this is the witching hour for a caution to come out. Everybody's running well so far. Bouchard is back. He's got 5 lap pressure tires than everybody else, so he's starting to carve his way a little bit, but he's 2 laps down. Now 10 to go here for Bradley Ream, looking for his 2nd career win. I believe actually he's looking for his 1st career win here. I believe he won the one of the races at the Dodge Motodrome back in 2020. Sampson high through the corner. That's going to be the end of his race, unfortunately. 8 to go at the line. Again, these guys are overcooking the corner, so we could very well see a caution come out soon. Logan Williams right on the back bumper of this 36 car. He's not out of this race yet. Oh, he's going to have a good run going through the corner. He is going to be right on the back bumper of this 5 guys Monte Carlo. 8 to go at the line. Ream is just trying to hold these guys off, and Monaco is going to be in the way once again. Monaco just trying to stay down low. Ream had to get out of the gas. Monaco comes back down for another touch and go. Here we go, 7 to go at the line, and here comes Garlington to the inside of Logan Williams, forcing the 17 to use more tire wear. That might be all she wrote for Logan Williams as Bradley Ream continues to shine out front. Williams wide to the corner. He's going to lose second and potentially third here with 6 to go at the line. Garlington continues to go under the 17. That is exactly what Bradley Ream wants to see out of his rear view mirror. Williams is not done yet. He's going to go way wide to the corner. 5, count 'em, 5 laps to go in the Craftsman 500. Bradley Ream looking to punch his way into the Dunkin Week of Speed Finals. Will Parrish right now, he's fallen a little ways back in the 40, but he is still way out front of this 21 car. Back up front they go, 4 wide, 4 to go. Garlington and Williams continue to fight. It's not over till it's over, but Logan Williams has allowed this 28 car to get past him. Might be a little too late there for Cameron Garlington. 3 to go at the line. Garlington did close in a little bit there. Bradley Ream just trying to get to the end here in this 36 car. It's going to be close, but these guys are on older tires. Popsicle sticks in the air, 2 laps to go. This race is official, ladies and gentlemen. Whatever happens now ends the race. Garlington a quarter of a second back, trying to slice into this lead here. It's down to a car length and a half. White flag in the air one more time around the Boston International Speedway. Here comes Cameron Garlington. He's going to have a good run in the corner. It's all about the exit. I think Garlington got a better exit going into turn number 3 and 4. It's not going to be enough. This win's going to punch his way into the championship. Checkered flag for Bradley Ream. He wins in Boston. At the line, Will Parrish is able to beat Roberto Crown Jr. The 2 Dodges not being able to put it together at the end. So it will be Chevy versus Chevy. And Bradley Ream able to hold off a hard charging Cameron Garlington. Again, I think if Garlington had one more lap, he would have got him. What a phenomenal race there at the end. And Bradley Ream, it is good to be back for this 36 car. His first season since 2020. And Bradley Ream is back in victory lane. Cameron Garlington, his best finish of the season in second. Igor Barreto, a good recovery for him. And Logan Williams just didn't have the run at the end there. The dominant car in the first third of this race. We'll see his regular season championship come to a close. And Brennan Wilmington rounds out the top 5. Cole Sampson, Caleb Rose, Juan Rodriguez, Reggie Fogelman, and Dano Georgi, your top 10. 3 cars fell out of the race. Eric Monaco finally retired at the end. That was well-deserved. Braden Perez and Zachary Fitzwater caught up in an accident. Then Keegan Thompson and Daniel Bouchard off of the lead lap. 37 cars finishing the race on the lead lap. So boy, that was another fantastic race there. Only 2 cautions today. Not as chaotic as I thought. We didn't have any big ones as well. Both accidents happening near the back end of the field on the tail end of long green flag stints. So good for these drivers to keep it relatively clean here today. And hey, I thought they were going to wreck at the end there and cause the late race caution. But Bradley Ream was able to surpass Logan Williams, and he will be taking on Will Parrish in the championship race for the Dunkin Week of Speed in 2 days at the Coca-Cola Superspeedway. And Bradley Ream is going to run for another win tomorrow afternoon at noon Eastern Time. It's the FMGTC, the Flowmaster Grand Touring Championship, will be racing from Watkins Glen. See where Bradley Ream is starting in that race. Ream in the number 40 car. Logan Williams is starting on the pole. Ream is starting deep in the field in the 16th spot. Once again, back-to-back 16th place starting positions for Bradley Ream. And Roberto Crown Jr., he is starting 8th on the grid tomorrow afternoon at Watkins Glen. And we'll go over the starting positions for the Cup guys as well. So Logan Williams on the pole for GTLM. Skylar Taylor is 3rd. Eric Monaco 4th, looking for his 2nd straight win. Daniel Georgi is 7th. Crown Jr. is 8th. Fogelman starts 9th, looking to bounce back after a just really bad finish after being caught up in a wreck at Mosport. And Zachary Fitzwater 10th. Stapleton Miles will start 11th and 12th. Rose is 14th. Bradley Ream 16th, like we said. Riley Sampson 18th. Orman will start 19th. And that is all your NBCS guys for GT Le Mans. Alex Lozano is on the pole tomorrow for Daytona. Logan Alexander will be 3rd. Ryan Durrani starts 8th. Dylan Matthews is in 13th. Daniel Bouchard 17th. Barreto is 19th. And Juan Rodriguez starts all the way in the back of the field in the 21st spot for GT Daytona. Tomorrow is going to be a phenomenal race at Watkins Glen, noon Eastern Time, right here on the NASRN for the Flowmaster Grand Touring Championship, kicking off their second half of the season. And it's going to come down to the wire points-wise as well for them. But that's going to do it here from the Boston International Speedway. Congratulations once again to Bradley Ream for winning the Craftsman 500 and punching his way into the regular season tournament championship round as he'll face off against Will Parrish in a do-or-die race at the Coca-Cola Superspeedway, mano a mano at Coca-Cola. We'll see you there on Friday, July 5th, over in Concord for the final round of the Dunkin Week of Speed for the Samuel Adams Firecracker 400. Coverage starting at noon Eastern Time right here on the NASRN in about 44 hours' time here on the North American Sim Racing Network. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, ladies and gentlemen. Here are your point standings after race number 14 of the 2024 NR2003 Mission BBQ Cup Series season. And from Cambridge, Massachusetts, on behalf of the North American Sim Racing Network, my name is Trey Wright. Have a great evening, folks.